Good morning, Cardano community. Happy Friday. I am joined today by two of the co-founders from the Clarity DAO team. First is going to be Justin Schreiner, followed by Logan Poncho. Morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good morning. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's about to be the weekend. It's summertime. Cardano is doing great. I can't complain.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Yep. So thank you guys for joining me here. Want to say today should be an interesting chat. I think there's going to be a little bit of alpha that you guys will be dropping on us here. But before we jump into all of the good and fun stuff, first things first, I just want to kind of touch on today's agenda, and then we're going to get a brief introduction from the both of you here, and then we're going to dive straight into the Clarity DAO. So the first thing we're going to touch on is going to be what you guys are building on Cardano. Then we're going to jump into some of your guys' most recent roadmap progress, as well as an upcoming testnet launch. Now, this was a little bit of news to me, and I'm excited to find out more about what you guys have got going on. After that, we're going to get a brief demo with a little bit of narration, and then we're going to close out today's video by touching on your future plans and where you guys see Clarity DAO in the near future. So how does that sound to you guys? You guys ready?
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna turn it over to Justin first. He's been a little bit quiet over there, but do you mind maybe giving us a brief intro to yourself and then an overview, of the Clarity DAO?
Yep, my name's Justin. I am one of the co-founders of Clarity. I have more of a technical background, studied computer science in university, and now I sit on more of the user experience kind of level of the Clarity project. So focusing a lot on the actual web app that the users will come and interact with. A little bit about Clarity. Clarity is a platform where you can interact with the Agora protocol to interact with DAOs and create DAOs on the Cardano blockchain. So we allow you to come to our site, fill out a simple form, spin up your Web3 organization or DAO, and create proposals and polls to gather feedback from your community and collectively decide on kind of the decisions that an organization will make to be more decentralized than kind of traditional top-down decision-making processes.
Awesome, thank you for that. Logan, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I would say, what the other thing I would want to add is, we do have, we're excited about the recent testnet launch because it enables like fully on-chain governance of an organization that operates on the Cardano blockchain. But more so than that is we offer a suite of tools for different types of community engagement and community governance. So whether it's a lightweight kind of snapshot voting app where you want to take a temperature check for your community, and you don't need the vote to be completely on chain. You're not making a huge decision like updating governance parameters or removing or sending funds out of the treasury. There's kind of different governance options that you can use within the Clarity platform.
Awesome. Thank you both for that clear and concise intro. So just to recap, you guys are a decentralized self-governance portal. And right now, and this is actually the next thing I want to jump into, is going to be your roadmap. So you just touched on, and this is Logan, you just touched on the testnet. Do you mind clarifying, number one, where you guys are in your overall roadmap? And then maybe just kind of jumping into the testnet and identifying whether it's live or whether it's something you guys are planning on releasing over the course of the next few days, weeks, or months.
Yeah, so the testnet launch is something we've been building towards for about a year and a half now with our whole team. So it was a big milestone for us. And with this testnet launch, it's open right now, so it's live. If you want to, we're kind of having a closed kind of beta. If you're a DAO builder and you want to see what it's like to build a decentralized organization, you can hop in our Discord. You can DM us on Twitter, and we can get you set up so you can interact with the testnet version of the app. So yeah, that's really the major roadmap progress. It's a non-technical way. So I'm a non-technical person, and really what our goal was with this product is to lower the barrier to entry so that anyone can create, manage, and interact and participate in decentralized organizations on Cardano. So instead of having to pull up the terminal, know how to code, you're able to just come onto a very, and I got to give Justin a lot of credit for this. You guys will see it shortly, but the web app it's a very easy user experience. You're filling out online forms, you're typing in numbers to create custom audited smart contracts, and then you're signing a transaction to put an organization on chain. So that's really been the big roadmap progress for us. And that's we just sent in our Catalyst closeout video for the community helped us and funded us to build this. So that's, not sure if Justin, you want to add anything, but that's really what's been going on for us right now is we got a lot of good infrastructure live on Testnet right now and on our journey to mainnet.
Yeah, we've got the on-chain Agora style polling running live on Testnet. We have live snapshot style, more off-chain voting live on Mainnet. So really making strides towards having everything on Mainnet by later this year, so that wherever you lie on the spectrum of on to off-chain, centralized to decentralized, we can kind of meet you where you are as a community and start to facilitate some community-led discussion and governance.
Awesome. And it sounds like maybe, Justin, you might be a little bit more technical, so maybe this is a question geared towards you, and feel free to pitch it over to Logan. But do you mind maybe kind of touching on some of the voting mechanics and how that weight process works? So I recently interviewed a few different people, which have all been building and kind of thinking about how we can do voting on Cardano and on blockchain in general. And some of them touch on quadratic voting, some of them touch on reputation scores, and there's just so many different ways that you can take a vote and basically use it to measure or count whatever it is that you're voting for, right? And so can you maybe explain to some of the viewers here how voting works and exactly how much power and how much freedom does somebody who creates a DAO on the Clarity DAO platform have when it comes to how they want their votes to be weighted and measured?
Yep. So it kind of breaks down into two camps on the Clarity platform. So one is for those off-chain snapshot style polls. You're able to kind of configure your governance power in a particular way for those. And then the other is the on-chain Agora style proposal. So I'll start with the snapshot style polls. Those are very flexible and easy to set up different kind of rules for how you want to grant governance power. So you can do things like grant governance power to multiple policy IDs with different weights. If you have different tokens or NFTs out in your community, stake pool operators could grant power based on how long somebody staked to their pool. You could do obviously more traditional one vote, one wallet, one token, one vote, quadratic voting. We can kind of accommodate for all of those on that side. As far as on the on-chain Agora proposals, right now we are just using Agora as it is. This is an open source set of contracts. So kind of for our V1 mainnet launch of the Agora style polling, that's just going to be one vote, one token at the beginning. But that's definitely something early on in our V2 launch, once we're able to kind of revisit some of these Plutus smart contracts and make some improvements that we've got stacked up in the backlog. So hopefully bringing that kind of flexibility in the governance power calculations on chain here soon too.
Awesome. I think it's really good to hear that you guys have multiple styles in which the votes can be counted. I think that obviously offers a lot more flexibility, and it makes it a lot easier for you guys to onboard people with different needs. So I'm happy to hear that you guys have those different options available. One thing, and Logan, I don't think that we touched on this in our first call, because again, we've met before, but maybe do you mind explaining some of the fee and pricing associated with your platform, right? Is all of this completely free for the community to jump in and use? Is there some sort of pricing tier depending on whether you're going to be using the Agora version of the platform or the off-chain version? What is all that about, and how does that work?
Yeah, so we're really based off a freemium model that scales up for usage. So you can come on the platform, you can create a DAO, you can have a off-chain polling platform, And to be honest, the business model is up in the air. That's something we're discussing internally as a team right now. There's a lot of different ways. And really what we're doing is talking to our community, talking to the DAO builders and being like, what makes the most sense for you? So that's kind of the stage we're at. But we know that we want to have a freemium model where people can get their hands dirty and start posting polls and start seeing how the platform works before they start paying for it. The ideas surrounding the business model often kind of surround a kind of smart contract interaction fee. So whether it's creating a proposal, casting a vote, creating a DAO, that's when you would probably have to pay something just for the services we're providing. But early days with the business model, we plan to have it figured out for mainnet launch.
Got it. And I would assume that the testnet would be open and free to the public to jump in. And as you mentioned, if they want to go ahead and get started with that, they can jump into your Discord, which I'll leave the link to down below in the description. So kind of pivoting back and focusing on the current progress, you guys have already launched the testnet. And I'm sure that you guys could probably expect this question, but when mainnet?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have goals in mind for mainnet. We're looking at the end of this year. So sometime during Q4 is our goal for mainnet launch. And we're very excited about that. We have some cool plans.
Awesome. Awesome. And one other thing too that I've noticed is that you guys are partnering up with other projects within the Cardano ecosystem, right? To allow for them to also have their own governance portals through you guys. For example, I believe you guys are collaborating with Matera, right? Which is going to be a platform that offers indices on the Cardano network, or basically the ability to invest in multiple tokens in one go. So are those platforms also getting access to the testnet, or is the testnet specifically for some of the general community that may not necessarily actually be a project?
Yeah, so those projects are definitely getting access to the testnet. I know we talked to Daniel and the Matera team a lot about implementing decentralized governance. What are their options? So yeah, they've created a DAO on testnet. They've created some proposals, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you're even just a community member and you want to, see all the DAOs on the dashboard of the testnet, like I said, you're welcome to DM us, and there's a few extra steps you have to take in order to interact with the platform on testnet. You gotta create a preview wallet. You have to get some of the test clarity token, which is the governance token of the DAOs on testnet. But yeah, happy to have anyone really on the platform at this point, testing it out, giving feedback. Because at the end of the day, we're not trying to build this for ourselves. We're trying to build this for the community. So if people want to come on, cast votes, see how it works, give feedback, we're all for that. Whether you're a project owner or you're just a community member interested in the future of DAOs on Cardano.
I think that's one of the things that I really like about what you guys are doing. You guys are not just focusing on one part of the ecosystem, right? You're not focusing solely on projects, and you're not solely focusing on individuals in the community. You're providing access to both of those groups to be able to leverage and use your platform. And so I guess the next thing I want to jump into surrounding the testnet, have you guys gotten any initial feedback, and how do you guys kind of plan on rolling out additional updates?
Yeah, so our first kind of step is just to get to a stable version for our mainnet launch with all the core functionality. So creating a DAO, creating a proposal, voting on a proposal, and executing the proposal are our core out of the box features and functionality. I think there's a whole bunch of features that start to get into the realm of just making the user's life a lot easier, and making the DAO kind of more expressive and more fine-tuned to the needs of the community. Things like the different voting kind of power calculations that we talked about earlier. Things like that I think will definitely be kind of on the roadmap, but step one is to get something out on mainnet that people can start to use. So that's our main focus and main priority right now.
Got it. And given the fact that you guys are a DAO and a governance platform, I'm interested to see how you guys implement those quality of life features, right? Will you guys actually turn it over to the community to say, hey, here's a vote on some of the feedback and some of the suggestions we've received from you guys after testing on the testnet. And, we'll let the community vote as to how we want things implemented. So again, I don't
Yeah.
mean to put you guys on the spot. I know you guys just recently launched on the testnet here, but these are all questions that are coming to mind, which again, I'm sure that you guys are either hear from me or other members within the community. And so I want to
Yeah.
maybe just turn it back over to you guys to maybe add any closing thoughts or closing comments here when it comes to the testnet specifically.
Yeah, we actually already kind of do that type of thing with the Crystal platform, which is the snapshot voting app platform. That's live on Mainnet already. So we have polls in there. We have we've used it for the kind of bracket style DAO pitch competition that we've held. We asked the community, what do you think about contingent staking? We asked the community, what features do you want to see next? We're thinking about building out these 3 different features to integrate with the Clarity protocol. So we do take the feedback already in terms of kind of that community aspect of developing the protocol with others, not just in our own heads. But yeah, no, it's very exciting times.
Awesome. Justin, any closing comments or thoughts about your testnet?
You're on mute, Justin.
Sorry about that. It's exciting times. We're in the process of kind of getting everything ready to go, kind of putting some finishing bows on kind of how the platform works. But it's very exciting stuff. It's very cool to play around and cast votes and see money actually move around on the testnet and governance parameters being enforced. So it's very exciting, and I'm excited for people to get their hands on this.
Nice. And congratulations to the both of you. I know you guys have been working hard, as well as the rest of your team. And so I think we're going to get to at least my favorite part of the video here, where I kind of get to lean back a little bit and watch you guys show me what you guys have actually been building and how it all comes together. So unless you guys have anything else to touch on, what I would like to do is just take a quick break, and then we're going to get a brief demo here of the actual platform and just kind of talk about how things work on the Clarity DAO. All right, so we are now ready for this brief walkthrough of the snapshot polling by Logan and Justin. And then after that, we're going to get a video walkthrough of the Agora infrastructure. So Justin, Logan, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Fareed. Yeah, so this first thing we're looking at is what we call Crystal. What Crystal is a lightweight snapshot voting platform for Cardano projects. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different communities here. And really how it works is you connect your wallet, and what we've done is built a custom chain indexer. So how it works is communities have their own portal, and within their own portal, I'll click into the Clarity portal here. You can have multiple policy IDs that the chain indexer reads for in order to grant voting power. One policy ID, it could be 1 token, 1 vote. It could be, 1 token, 5 votes. It depends. You can customize it in that way. If you're a stake pool operator, you can have voting power derived from how many epochs a wallet is staked to your stake pool as well. So there's a lot of different flexibility. I know with people like Matera, we've actually implemented quadratic voting. So taking the square root of the total amount of votes they have in their wallet to decrease that disparity between the smaller and larger holders. So really, all it is if you're an admin of the platform, which means we whitelist your wallet address on the back end, we give you permission to create proposals. So these are usually the project leaders, the community engagement leaders, and then you're able to really have any type of poll that you want. So we have polls within our community about what a feature temperature check. So what feature do you want to see next? We've used it for a DAO pitch competition finals. So what you can do is you can click in to the poll. You're able to see the description, the deadlines, and all of the different options you can vote on. And then really to cast a vote, we don't have any live votes right now, but you can click a button, sign a transaction, and it casts your vote. And this is a completely cost-free platform as well. So that's really the high-level overview of the Crystal voting app. It's really just a simple way to engage and feel the pulse of your community and make decisions on the community's behalf. And this is meant to be a complementary product with the on-chain infrastructure. So, being in the DAO space a while now, what we've realized is that not every vote needs to be on chain. If you're talking about changing your logo, you're going to want maybe a design competition that doesn't need to be stored on chain. necessarily, but you could have it on the Crystal platform. And there's a lot of other different types of polls that don't need to be completely on chain that you can utilize the Crystal platform for. And then now moving into the Clarity platform, these are the core features of the Clarity protocol, which is live on testnet right now. So the first thing is creating an organization. So how it works is you connect your wallet. Once you connect your wallet, the platform is able to see what governance tokens you have, what assets you have in order to participate in different DAOs, what DAOs you're a member of. So here, this is off-chain information. You're able to put in the name of your organization, the description of it, your different website. You can upload your logo, and this is so you're easily discoverable on the platform. And then this section is actually where you can customize your decentralization. So you can actually whitelist wallet addresses to create proposals if you want to centralize your operations a bit as you start to get going. And then launching your DAO is, in my opinion, one of the most exciting parts of the platform. So this is actually building a custom audited smart contract. So the first thing you do is you specify what token, what policy ID is going to be used as the governance asset of your DAO. And then you specify your proposal thresholds. So how many of this token needs to back a proposal in order for it to automatically execute and affect the treasury or update the governance parameters or something like that. And then you also have the ability to create the user participation threshold. So how much of this token do you need to hold in order to create a proposal? How much of this token do you need to hold in order to vote on a proposal? And then you also get to control your proposal timeline. So here, this is also customizing the smart contracts that govern your proposal process. So how long is your draft period? How long is your voting period once your proposal is in voting period? How long does your proposal lock after the proposal passes before it executes? And then there's a few other advanced options that you can see. And then really, instead of having to code, this is what you have to do. You have to wait and sign a few transactions. And this puts all of your custom governance rules on chain. This puts your treasury on chain. And it's quite an exciting process. So like I said earlier, as a non-technical person, the ability to be able to deploy a fully decentralized organization on Cardano without having any technical knowledge is a very big thing for us, and we're excited. So once you finish signing these transactions, you're met with a DAO dashboard, and you can see your policy ID, your treasury address, your governor smart contract. You can also see all of the token thresholds and proposal timings where you are that govern your organization's proposal process. So the next big thing, in order to actually participate in the governance in an organization on the Clarity platform, is you have to create a stake. In people words, it's kind of like creating voting power. So what that looks like is if you have the governance tokens in your wallet, you're able to stake them to a specific organization in order to meet those thresholds, to create proposals, to vote on proposals, and participate in the governance. So once you do that, it creates your stake for you, and you're set. You can both vote on proposals and also create proposals. And creating the proposal is another templated smart contract process. So here, this is off-chain information. So this is the title of a proposal. I believe in this example, we are going to send some funds out of the treasury. And we want to build out a template library here. So right now in this kind of demo walkthrough, we have spend treasury funds, update governance parameters will be there. We're looking to allow treasury swaps, DAO staking keys. We'll get into that a little bit in the future plans. And then you actually build the proposal smart contract. So you specify what asset do you want to leave the treasury? How much of that asset do you want to leave the treasury? What wallet address is it going to? And then in order to deploy this on-chain proposal to your whole community, you sign the transaction, and then it shows up for all of your community to see and view and vote on once it gets to the voting phase. So yeah, on the proposal dashboard, you're able to see all the different governance rules, the description. You're able to see what phase it's in, how much time is left in that phase, and you're able to see, what asset is involved. And then the last big thing is voting on a proposal. So this is quite a simple process. You go to the proposal you want to vote on, you click the option you want to vote for, you select the stake that you want to back your vote and contribute towards that option. You sign your transaction, and then it casts your vote for you. And a very cool part about this is that you can actually see a live vote count of the votes that have been casted on chain. So yeah, that's kind of the high level of the demos of the platform, and we're very excited to have that on testnet and be working on bringing it to mainnet.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I've got a few responses I want to kind of throw back at you guys, but first things first, again, congratulations. That platform looks so much more mature than it was when we first chatted, Logan. And I'm super impressed with all the features you guys have built in and how simple and clean it looks, right? So to kind of wrap this up, what I got in terms of like a sense and a feel was something that was very easy for anybody who's new into the space to be able to pick up. At no point were you guys interacting with, extremely difficult smart contracts, anything like that. A lot of it was super simple and, again, very easy in terms of fields to fill out. And then the actual look and feel of the platform has been really good. So whoever's doing all the website design, I think they need some kudos as well. But overall, I am impressed with what you guys have just shown me. Now, one thing that you did touch on early on was the temp checks, I think, for the Crystal platform, which, as you mentioned, is stuff that occurs off chain. And what that really reminded me of was with like what Indigo is doing, right? So Indigo, Synthetics Protocol, they've got their own governance portal as well. But they always take a temp check, which is, I think, very similar to what you guys are doing with Crystal, to make sure that before they bring something on chain, that it's actually worth bringing on chain, because obviously there's going to be fees and costs associated with it. And then not everybody may have the actual technical expertise, or not everybody may actually hold the governance token to actually vote on chain. So I like the fact that you guys are implementing some sort of temp check there with Crystal. And then again, jumping back into what you just showed us there with the on chain, it reminds me of Marlowe. If you guys are familiar or not familiar with Marlowe for Cardano, it's a way to build smart contracts using like this Lego style drag and drop builder, right? And so when I look at adoption, like that is huge, because for us to get to that next level in terms of people coming into the space and really wanting to work with smart contracts and doing everything on chain, they need a simple and easy way to do that. And that's the feel that I got with what you guys just showed me there. I don't have to be an expert in DAOs, and I don't have to be an expert in Plutus contracting for me to be able to leverage your platform, right? It's a few forms, which it looks like everything happened in chronological order, but it was all understandable and it was all digestible. So again, congratulations on what you guys have built. I'm going to have to jump into the testnet there and see if I can get something going for my stake pool.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that was really, the main goal was to lower the barrier to entry to interact with a useful set of smart contracts. You can build a lot of different things with Marlowe, but we wanted to tailor the non-technical things to building decentralized governance around a tokenized project and a tokenized community. So yeah, we're very excited, and our main goal is, we do have an eye on the real world. How can we drive adoption of decentralized systems? How can we, spur decentralized innovation? So time will tell, but we're super stoked with what we have so far, but it does definitely have a long way to go.
I think you guys are off to a great start. Justin, anything you maybe want to add or touch on there when it comes to everything that we just talked about and just watched?
Yeah, no, it's exciting times. Like I said, excited for people to get their hands on it and see what they're able to create. Really excited for people to start using our platform that we've built, and in the future to start building their own platforms with these tools.
Awesome. Again, thank you guys for that demo. Now we are coming up on the 30 minute threshold. And so what I want to do is just kind of land the plane here and touch on the future for Clarity. So I want to maybe ask this to the both of you. Maybe we have Logan go first. But where do you guys see Clarity, and like what is the future vision with the mainnet around the corner? Now you guys have a tangible product on Testnet. What can we expect from you guys?
Yeah, so really our main goal is to provide a valuable service to DAO creators and DAO communities. So we want to be one of the go-to options to create and manage DAOs and decentralized governance on the Cardano blockchain. We also do have eyes on ongoing cross-chain, which is really cool. But some of the things that I want to touch on in terms of what's around the corner is, we're really looking to, and speaking with a bunch of different DeFi protocols. So how do you make it easy for DAO treasuries, which might be some of the largest holders of ADA and Cardano native assets and stable coins, to be able to participate in DeFi protocols, whether it's providing liquidity, whether it's doing token swaps. So that's one thing that's around the corner for the Clarity protocol. You will see a proposal about it in Fund 10 as well, but it's DAO treasury DeFi integrations. So that, you know, when you have a DAO treasury, it doesn't just sit there, you can put it to work. You can send it out of the treasury into DeFi smart contracts, get some yield on it, and really have a dynamic way to manage a treasury. And then we're also looking at DAO-owned staking keys, which is kind of in a similar vein. But right now, DAOs on the Clarity platform don't have the ability to stake to a stake pool, even though, like I said, they're going to be some of the biggest holders of ADA. So can there be a way for a DAO to have its own staking key, which there is a way, and we're building it out. We're actually close to implementing it. So that's some alpha there, I suppose. So that DAOs can create one of those templatized proposals and be like, hey, let's give, 50,000 ADA to this stake pool, and stake it there so we can make some yield on it, that type of thing. The next thing that I want to touch on is around Mainnet launch. We will be doing something really fun. I know we had a lot of fun when we ran it the first time. It's going to be a DAO pitch competition. So we're going to invite all different DAO creators, across the Cardano ecosystems and Web3 ecosystems to come pitch in a DAO pitch competition in order to get a cash prize to further develop their community and their DAO. But yeah, I would say those are the things that I would want to touch on in terms of future plans. But yeah, I'll have Justin jump in, and I might add a few if he jogs my memory about other plans we have.
Yeah, I think overall it's exciting times for governance in general for all of Cardano, both for us, other projects building and just the network as a whole. I think that, just looking forward to what we have coming up over the next year or so, obviously pushing very hard for the mainnet launch. And then beyond, DAO governance and governance for specific organizations on Cardano, we do want to dial up the capabilities for the Voltaire kind of governance capabilities for the Cardano network as a whole, and really be that central location for governance on Cardano, whether it's for all of Cardano or specific projects.
Awesome. I'm very excited to hear. And I think, again, you guys are well off to a great start. A few things you guys just touched on there that really kind of piqued my interest. First, the DAO-owned staking keys. I think allowing for everybody to really be in control and also put all of the assets that they might be managing to continue to work for them is key, right? We've seen platforms, for example, like MinSwap that takes all of the liquidity provider or liquidity pool ADA and stakes that to stake pools. We've seen Indigo take all of the ADA that's put into their CDPs or collateralized debt positions and also put that over into stake pools to allow for that ADA to not just sit still, but to continue working for those owners leveraging their platform. So I think features like that are key, and that those will become the norm moving forward. And then you also touched on potentially going cross-chain, which I'm interested to hear because we've now had multiple or numerous platforms kind of begin to reach out of Cardano now. I know that a lot of us here came into Cardano and Cardano's kind of like our first love, but I don't think there's anything wrong with looking outside and expanding and growing a community, especially once it's been a successful release or once it's successfully been released within Cardano. So we've got platforms, for example, like Turf, which is an NFT project. We've got Meld, a DeFi project, World Mobile, an infrastructure project, as well as Book.io, which have all expanded to different ecosystems. So I want to take a guess here as to where you guys will potentially be expanding. I think, maybe Polygon, Matic, we'll see. That seems to kind of be the place that everybody's going to. But again, I know that's something that you guys probably have planned out here in the future. So once we had you guys back on, I'll be interested to kind of see where you guys are in terms of that. But I think that is going to bring us to the end here for today's video. The very last thing I want to pose to the both of you guys is, after having chatted about all of this, what is like the one thing you guys would want for the community to take away after watching this video?
Yeah, for me, the one thing I'd want the community to take away is that, we've put in a lot of hard yards to get the protocol to testnet. And now is when we want people to come on, start using it, and just give us feedback, because we want to build it for the community. like I said, we don't want to build it for ourselves. Really, it's only a useful product if it provides value to the DAO creators, and the DAO, the people who participate in DAOs. So that's the one thing I'd say. Come to our Discord, DM us on Twitter. We're always happy to chat, get involved, answer questions. So yeah.
Justin?
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time over the last year or so building this platform, and now we're really excited to have it to a point where people can do useful things with it. So definitely be looking out for announcements that we're making. We're going to be running some fun events both on the testnet and on the mainnet, just kind of getting ready for the launch, and like Logan said, getting as much feedback as we can from the community, and tailoring the platform to their needs.
I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear it. Cardano's finest. Again, thank you, Logan, and thank you, Justin. I appreciate the both of you guys joining me here for today's video, touching on the off-chain and on-chain voting, as well as the testnet and upcoming mainnet launch for the Clarity DAO. For any of the viewers watching here for today's video, if you guys have appreciated this content, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you guys want to find out more about Clarity, then go ahead and check out that description down below, where I'm going to leave all the links to not only their official website, their testnet, but also all of their socials if you guys actually want to hear and talk with Logan and Justin's yourself. Again, you guys, I want to thank you for taking this time out on this wonderful Friday to join me here, and I look forward to speaking with the both of you very, very soon.